Aviation case study of AHY8243 flight based on ADCD data processing. Over the last decade, there have been several instances of military actions directly affecting civil aviation, highlighting a critical issue with civil-military coordination. Malaysia Airlines flight, which was shot down by a surface-to-air missile in Ukrainian airspace on 17 July 2014. This direct military action against a civilian passenger aircraft resulted in the deaths of 298 people. Another case flight Papa Sierra 752 of Ukraine International Airlines, which was misidentified as an intrudder fighter by the air defense system and was shot down by a surface-to-air missile on 8 January 2020 in Iranian airspace near Tehran International Airport. All 176 people on board are died. And as you can see on these photos, is catastrophe in Aktau, which was 25 December 2024. Azerbaijan Airlines flight Juliet 28243 crashed near Aktau Airport on December 2024. The flight was affected by Russian military interference, including jamming and spoofing throughout most of its trajectory. The catastrophe resulted in the deaths of 38 people, with 29 others sustained serious injuries. As you can see on this slide, is ADCB, automatic dependent surveillance broadcast. It's a modern aviation surveillance system that is automatic sharing on board data, including position, altitude, speed, and other parameters. These data are transmitted over an open radio channel and could be received by anyone. Due to low lengths of data link, multiplied ground receivers are used to collect data transmitted on board. Flight Radar 24, FlightWare, and Open Sky Network are the most useful network of software-defined receiver which provide global coverage. ADCB data allows us to know all the parameters from the aircraft. You can see this thing, how ADCB works. Next slide. The coordinates of the aircraft obtained from the ADCB are not synchronized in time, so for interpolation we have to use the linear regression model presented on this slide. You can see these formulas. Result of data interpolation gives a synchronized sequence of data for each second. In cases where we don't have coordinates, but we do have course and speed, we can use that recalling method, as you can also see, to recovery coordinates by speed and velocity. That recalling method presented here. As an example, we consider catastrophe of, as I say, flight Alpha Hotel Yankee 8243, Azerbaijan Airlines flight, operated a scheduled flight from Heydar Aliyev International Airport to Grozny Airport on December 25, 2024. The scheduled takeoff time was for 10 hours UTC, with an actual departure at 3:56 hours UTC, and the planned landing time was 5:10 hours UTC. However, the airplane crashed near Aktau Airport at 6:28:04 hours UTC. The aircraft, an Embraer 190 with the registration number 4 Kilo Alpha Zulu 65, was operated by a crew of 5, 2 pilots and 3 flight attendants, and carried 62 passengers. The crash resulted in the death of 38 people, while 29 sustained serious injuries, as I said earlier, primarily due to the separation of the aircraft's tail section upon impact with the ground. This illustration shows trajectory of this flight. The red is the data from the ADCB transmitter of the crashed aircraft from 04:25:22 hours to 06:07:50 was in the jamming zone. So we don't have the coordinates at this period. The 5 previous flights of this aircraft when there was no jamming are shown in green. Here is flight paths of this flight reconstructed from ADCB data. Departure from Baku, Azerbaijan at 03:50 hours UTC. There is no data between 04:25:22 hours and 06:07:70. The section between 05 and 04:44 has been partially reconstructed based on previous flight trajectory models and simulation. We can reconstruct the trajectory to the destination airport because we have data from previous flights. The trajectory from Mike Kilo Lima, Delta Victor Oscar Romeo to Whiskey Kilo and B we have recovered from previous flights and is marked blue. After that, we have calculated the entire flight plan, arrival time, the flight time you can see in this table. Also waypoint, coordinates, distance from the previous waypoint, time of arrival, and time to fly. We can accurately identify those areas by heading and velocity. On this slide, we look at what parameters we have. Here are the hidden data and track angles for the ADCB. The blue is data from GNSS, and while there is no blue data, we don't have any information. We don't have any information about it. And also here you can see ground speed, true, and indicated airspeed.
This simulator flight track on simulator X-Plane 11 using Embraer 195 aircraft model. Also we used real weather condition, and according to the Jackson NDB charts of runway 26, we investigated that the pilots were unable to land in Grozny due to overcast clouds below minimum decision altitude. The landing configuration Embraer 195 with in Grozny at given weather condition. Jamming is when GNSS signals are intentionally interferent, so civilian aircraft cannot perform enough seat and start. Could be an approach be possible, and planes in special weather condition have a probability of unsuccessful landing. Another dangerous practice is spoofing of GNSS signal. Here you can see view the GPS interference map. Red, this is high interference, and green, this is low interference. There are spoofing replaces the GNSS navigation signal with the wrong one, and airborne under spoofing attack can identify its position, ground speed, and GNSS altitude. However, this is incorrect.
So there are too many facts that can prove military action on this flight. Witnesses to survival Aidan and Sukhon informed about a loud explosion outside the plane during the movement of an airplane on the standard theme of missed approach. Many survival passengers shared videos from onboard after the missile explosions. Multiple calls in the passenger cabin have been recorded on mobile phones, including documented damage of the left wing. Also, videos indicate normal engine operation with no fire, smoke, or other damages. So here we can compare the holes on the aircraft fuselage of Alpha Hotel Yankee 8243 with the holes of Mike Hotel 17 and Papa Sierra 752. These are similar holes caused by active parts of military missiles. Here we can compare the holes on the aircraft fuselage of this flight with the hole. Here's a photo of a plane that crashed in a tunnel with many such holes in the stabilizer. Most likely it was hit and this stabilizer didn't work. So there were problems with stabilization which are approved by parameters variation. And the conclusions.
Okay, thank you very much. Any questions, please?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Can you please, about jamming, you have the diagram, and on axis, what is the value? Yes. Not here. Before this. Yes. Vertical axis. Nick, what is it?
Okay, maybe I will ask this question
Yes.
because we work in one team. Actually, it is navigation integrity category, and there's a navigation integrity category,
I see.
which has been transmitted from on board to the ground. That's why this data transmitted from aircraft to
It
the
is
ground.
Modest
ADSB.
ADSB.
ADSB. And here is what is important, that we will see that from this time
And
we do not have ADSB
ADSB
data.
is working in this region.
ADSB is working, however, GNSS has been jammed.
Then,
And also here you could see another problem, that we have navigation integrity category 8, which means GNSS works. However, it means spoofing of civil aviation
spoofing on GNSS.
on GNSS to the Russian school.
What is the mechanism of this spoofing? Can you tell me in few words?
I could not tell you, it's secret information,
know.
we don't know it.
As to my mind, we need not spoofing when we operate with the GNSS. It means the generator 50 watts and that's all. Not other spoofing.
Spoofing,
Need here.
spoofing, it is another case which our aggressor use. And here is a good example that this
And-
aircraft has been spoofed and jammed, and the crash was
How
because
you
it was jammed.
recognize that this was spoofing, not jamming?
Because aircraft flown by circle around school in Russia. And that's why it is impossible that aircraft can fly by circle around the school. That's why this data is wrong. We could not identify that it is spoofed by technical means. Here we've got only data. And we could grab this data, analyze, and we will see that in this case aircraft was here, because we could simulate aircraft flight. But ADSB data was transmitted that this aircraft flown around the school. Yes, I could not
Yes,
see this
yes.
data. And that's why pilot does not have a possibility to identify
It is
where they are.
Intelligence and investigation.
Yes, and the most critical here, it is, first one, it is a killing, it is not a crash, because this aircraft has been killed by military. That's why we could not identify, like MH17, like Mao race, Mao flight, because it is not a crash. It is a killing of people, and someone press button and kill people. That's why it is the main idea.
Done by hero,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
USA president of France.
Yes.
No.
This is an open date or simulation.
Open date.
Open date and the link
Yes.
You have in articles, yes?
Yes.
Alone?
Yes, ASB data. Yes. Published from Flight Radar 24. That's why we, in this research, we use data from Flight Radar 24, then analyze it with the spline, then make a prediction, then make a simulation in flight simulators, explain, and then compare results to get what we have. Okay, that's why. Thank you very much.
In fact,